There are athletes who shine, and then there are athletes who illuminate everything around them. They don't just dominate a scoreboard, they shift culture, ignite movements, and give voice to an entire generation's aspirations. In women's basketball, that light is JuJu Watkins. Born and raised in Los Angeles, JuJu represents far more than a promising career. She represents a rising era, one in which young women, particularly young black women from underserved communities, stand boldly in their power, reshaping what greatness looks like. Her story is not just about points, wins, or records. It's about family, community, resilience, and the unique ability to carry the hopes of many while carving out her own identity. JuJu's journey begins in South Central Los Angeles, a part of the city rich with culture, pride, and resilience, yet often defined by challenges. For her, it was home, a place where family and community molded her into someone who understood the value of hard work and perseverance. Born on July 15, 2005, she grew up in an environment that required toughness, both on and off the court. Her parents, navigating the balance of raising a gifted child in a city that could be both inspiring and unforgiving, became her first anchors. They instilled in her humility, discipline, and a deep belief in herself. JuJu's early relationship with basketball was intimate, joyful, and rooted in curiosity. She picked up the game with a natural flair, quickly showing that her connection to the sport was something deeper than recreation. From the moment she began dribbling, she exhibited instincts that couldn't be taught. The way she moved, the way she saw the floor, the way she embraced competition. By the time she was in middle school, it was clear she wasn't just good, she was different. Coaches marveled at her poise. Teammates leaned on her leadership even when she was the youngest on the floor. Parents in the stands whispered that they might be watching the future. As JuJu transitioned into her teenage years, her name began circulating in AAU circuits and basketball showcases across the country. She was already drawing national attention before stepping onto the stage at Sierra Canyon High School, one of California's most elite athletic programs. But what makes JuJu's high school years special isn't just her dominance, it's the way she embraced pressure. She wasn't afraid of the spotlight, she welcomed it, even when the gym was packed with celebrities, scouts, and cameras. Sierra Canyon wasn't just a high school, it became JuJu's kingdom. At Sierra Canyon, JuJu didn't simply live up to the hype, she set new standards for it. Her scoring ability was jaw-dropping, her versatility unmatched. She could run the offense like a point guard, dominate the paint like a forward, and torch defenders from beyond the arc. Her basketball IQ was off the charts, giving her the ability to manipulate defenses with a maturity beyond her years. But what separated her wasn't just talent, it was her competitiveness. JuJu had a fire that made her relentless. She dove for loose balls, picked up defenders full court, and demanded excellence from herself and those around her. Her accolades reflected her brilliance. She became a McDonald's All-American, earned the Naismith High School Player of the Year award, and was crowned the top-ranked player in the class of 2023. Yet through all the recognition, JuJu never lost her grounding. She carried herself with humility, aware that her talent was a gift but also a responsibility. For young girls in Los Angeles, particularly those growing up in similar neighborhoods, JuJu became proof that dreams born on cracked courts and in crowded gyms could turn into something historic. When it came time to choose her next step, JuJu could have gone anywhere. Every major program in the country wanted her. UConn, Stanford, South Carolina, the traditional powerhouses that dominate women's college basketball. But JuJu made a decision that sent ripples through the sport. She chose to stay home and commit to the University of Southern California. In that choice was a statement. She wasn't looking to follow a blueprint. She was determined to write her own. Her commitment was about more than basketball. It was about family, community, and loyalty to the city that raised her. For decades, USC women's basketball had been a shadow of its former glory, far removed from the days when Cheryl Miller and Lisa Leslie turned the program into a national force. JuJu wanted to revive that legacy, to bring Los Angeles back to the center of women's basketball, and to do it in front of the people who had supported her from the very beginning. It wasn't just a commitment to a program, it was a love letter to her city. And from her very first game as a Trojan, JuJu delivered on that promise. Her debut was electrifying. 32 points, a performance that instantly stamped her as one of the brightest stars in college basketball. She didn't need time to adjust to the collegiate level. She controlled it from day one. With each game, she proved her dominance wasn't a projection for the future. It was already here. She scored at will, rebounded with determination, defended with intensity, and played with a confidence that lifted her teammates to new heights. Her freshman season quickly became the stuff of legend. She shattered USC's single-season scoring record, leading the Trojans back into national relevance. Fans who hadn't filled Galen Center in years now flocked to see her play. National broadcasts featured her highlights nightly. Analysts compared her to the greats, and some even dared to say she might surpass them. She wasn't just winning games, she was restoring pride to a program and a city. But what makes JuJu's story even more compelling is that her greatness isn't confined to the hardwood. Off the court, she embodies grace, maturity, and authenticity. She engages with her fans, particularly the young ones who see themselves in her. She understands her platform and uses it intentionally, embracing her role as a role model while remaining true to who she is. JuJu isn't trying to be anyone else. Her power lies in being unapologetically herself. For Los Angeles, JuJu is more than a basketball star. She is a symbol of resilience and hope. In a city that has produced legends across sports and culture, JuJu stands tall as the next great torchbearer. She represents a narrative of staying home, of investing in community, of proving that greatness doesn't need to leave its roots to thrive. Her decision to remain in LA resonates deeply with a generation that values connection and authenticity as much as achievement. As she looks toward the future, her ceiling feels limitless. The WNBA awaits her, as does the global stage with Team USA. She has the talent to become not just an all-star but a generational icon. She has the charisma to elevate women's basketball into new realms of popularity. She has the drive to win championships and break records. But what might be most impactful is the way she is changing culture, normalizing the idea that women's sports deserve the same passion, investment, and attention as men's. And yet, for all her promise, JuJu is still just at the beginning. She is still that young woman who grew up dribbling on the courts of South Central, fueled by family, community, and faith. Her legacy is already being written in the cheers of young girls who now dream differently because of her. It's written in the pride of Los Angeles, a city that sees in her the reflection of its own resilience. It's written in the way she plays the game, with joy, with passion, with fearlessness. When people look back decades from now, they will talk about JuJu Watkins as more than an athlete. They will talk about her as a movement, as someone who didn't just play the game but helped redefine it. They will say she was the bridge between eras, the star who carried women's basketball into its golden age, the young woman from Los Angeles who never forgot where she came from, even as she soared to heights no one had ever reached. JuJu Watkins is not just a player to watch, she is a legacy in motion, a promise unfolding before our eyes. She is the brilliance of talent, the strength of perseverance, and the beauty of authenticity, all wrapped into one extraordinary young woman. And as her journey continues, we can be certain of one thing. The story of women's basketball cannot, and will not, be told without her. Thank you for joining us in celebrating JuJu Watkins, her rise, her resilience, and the boundless future that lies ahead. If her story of loyalty, courage, and excellence inspired you, let it remind you that greatness is not defined by where you go but by what you carry with you. Like this video if JuJu's journey moved you, share it with someone who believes in the power of chasing dreams, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the stories of athletes who are shaping the very fabric of sports and culture.